I think 2006 was the time when anime and manga industry peaked, with already great hits from previous years like Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, 20th Century Boys, and original series like Cowboy Bebop and Evangelion. New creators became more and more confident and brought new ideas to the table at those times, which have inspired so many modern series even in the West. Stuff like Gintama, Welcome to the NHK, Death Note, Code Geass, Nana, Black Lagoon and Higurashi. It is easy to say that these series and some of the big hits that I mentioned earlier have been the main inspiration behind series like The Promised Neverland, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academy and Attack on Titan. But back in 2006, there is something beneath all of these gemstones that did get the appreciation at the time, but as of today has lost most of its reputation. I'm talking about Ergo Proxy. The series aired in 2006 and was done by Studio Mangrove, who also did Samurai Champloo, Deadman Wonderland and Gangsta. The reason I didn't include this show to all of the big hits is because while Ergo Proxy definitely lived up to the audience expectations and still might do for some people today, it hasn't exactly been inspirational for anything. It was one of the last shows that tried to push the psychological thriller genre in a cyberpunk setting. It clearly took inspirations from previous series like Technolize, Serial Experiments Lane and the early adaptations of Ghost in the Shell, but as a product itself is a hard thing to sell. Ergo Proxy takes place in the city of Romdo, one of the last cities in the world which was able to avoid an ecological disaster many years ago. In Romdo, engineers have developed robots known as autoreivs to help citizens with their day-to-day lives, but a virus known as cognitovirus starts to spread around, which gives autoreivs self-awareness. This is the point where we are introduced to protagonist number 1, Riel, who is a detective and the granddaughter of the ruler of Romdo. She is assigned to investigate this case of cognitovirus with her autoreiv partner Iggy, but after going a bit too deep in the investigation, Riel finds out that there is something secret behind the scenes. On the other side of Romdo, we have protagonist number 2, Vincent Law. Vincent is an autoreiv expert who helps fix others the autoreivs but isn't respected for his work since he isn't a true Romdo blood citizen, as brilliantly I have titled it. Vincent still tries his best and is working for a better position as a citizen, but unfortunately when he gets caught in the series of unexpected and supernatural occurrences, he becomes a prime suspect of something very big. The biggest enjoyment factor of the series in my opinion would be the fluid narrative. The story very heavily relies on the mystery element more and less on the action. This is something that I have noticed in SEL as well. Both of them feel like a slow burnout for the majority of time, giving the audience a fair amount of information before giving the answers in a satisfying way. But the difference I felt with Ergo Proxy was that it didn't just give you the answers straightforwardly. It introduces semi-plot and character motivations which tease the living crap out of the audience. And while being slightly predictable at times, it keeps its enjoyment factor alive in a way. I remember binging the show in 2018 and every day watched at least 3 episodes. I also do remember me waking up at the end credits of a few episodes, but something about the series kept making me watch an entire episode all over again if necessary. First off, we have Riel, and she is one of the strongest female characters I have seen in any piece of fiction. She has the kind of personality who would make reckless decisions and create a path for herself without very heavily relying on anyone else. To say she is a complete badass of a character would be a lie. She definitely has her weakness, and as series progress, you realize this more and more. Next up we have Vincent Law, and I honestly couldn't stand this guy. Vincent is one of the most pathetic male protagonists I have ever seen. It is so hard to like this guy for the majority of the series because he is such a wimp. But still a part of me got very invested in the character because I was so impressed by his overall development. Now for Iggy and Pino, these two don't have the biggest roles, but still leave an impact to the story. Think of them as characters who have an arc of their own, which play out without relying on Riel and Vincent at all. One thing I wanted to mention in this section is one of the episodes of the series. I found most animes having major developments in their characters because of reasons that can be very quickly solved. When characters come to terms with each other, almost all of them very quickly become friends. But in Ergo Proxy, it's different. In one of the episodes, all they show is the day-to-day routine in which it's shown how close the characters have become. They don't exactly become friends, but it is shown how over time they have become comfortable with each other in the middle of the journey. They come to an understanding where they can sympathize with each other while also letting them solve their personal problems on their own because they respect each other. It is honestly one of the best episodes in the series, and I haven't seen anything like this anywhere. The series came out in 2006 and the animation of this show is surprisingly good. Almost every show that I mentioned previously had those black sidebars while it was airing, but Studio Manglobe absolutely nailed it with this one. It shouldn't exactly be surprising when Samurai Champloo, which aired 2 years ago before this, also had many great scenes which are better than many modern shows. The most tiniest of details of how someone fixes their sock or how a facial expression seems natural, it's all done really well. I haven't heard the soundtrack of the series separately, but I do remember that there was something very unsettling about it. It isn't a memorable sound design overall, but in the moment does the job right by giving the sense of urgency and respecting the themes of the series. However, if there is one thing I loved about the music, is that the opening and the outro of the show are pure bangers. The opening is Kiri by Monaural, which by the way doesn't show up until episode 3, so you kind of have to sit through for the first 2 episodes patiently. Now for the outro, well, I don't know how they managed it, but they have Paranoid Android by Radiohead as the outro, which is bloody amazing. If you've ever heard of Radiohead, then you would be familiar with this song or the biggest hit Creep. I love these 2 songs and are perfect for this anime. In conclusion, the question is that do I recommend Ergo Proxy? Well, that depends, I guess. If you loved something like Ghost in the Shell and SEL, then this might be the show that you want to get on if you still haven't. But from a neutral perspective, I'd say that give the first 3 episodes a chance and decide it for yourself. The series is, like I mentioned earlier, a slow one, and at the beginning of a few episodes you will end up asking yourself, how the hell did we even get here? But it's always the ending of each episode which gives a satisfying conclusion while making the audience having the feeling of watching just one more episode. My overall experience with Ergo Proxy was a great one, and I have been thinking as of lately of rewatching it, because I know there are definitely parts of it that I overlooked. In the end, I'd give Ergo Proxy an 8.5 out of 10.